Welcome, what is up? Thank you for tuning back into the Chaos Slayer. Of course, I'm Chris Chaos here with the 411 for Smackdown Live, Charlotte, North Carolina. Woo! Okay, now that I got that out of the way. The Go Home Smackdown for Survivor Series, and quite honestly, just the Go Home show, period, before the pay-per-view. Outstanding Smackdown tonight. And I don't say that half-heartedly. I was very entertained and impressed by especially the two title matches. Why can't all the shows be like this? It's easy to do. It's very simple. It's not like this is a hard concept to come about, to make thrilling, entertaining, and compelling TV. But yet WWE fails at it on a weekly basis. The last two shows have been great, and I am thoroughly interested and excited for Survivor Series on this Sunday. As far as the show tonight, Shane rallies the troops to start off the show. Of course, they're expecting Raw, and we kind of already knew that was going to be the thing going forward. That they were going to get their receipt finally. It just so happens to work out that tonight was the only night that they could really do it. And of course, everybody knows why. Both shows, the international tours was getting in the way, and it just worked out that they could do it tonight. Corny segment, granted, but it still kind of set the tone with how the show was going to end, and you knew how it was going to end because of how it began. Becky saying, she's going to break Asuka's arm and everybody else, and Baron, very good at very little. What I mean by that is he's very good at saying very little. When he's got just a little, it was good. And then, of course, the New Day, which we didn't need, but they just threw that in there anyway. By the way, it was really good to see the Colognes back on TV, even though they weren't part of that melee, I don't think. There was just so much going on. If they were out there, I missed them. I think Primo is still recovering from a knee injury. Maybe he's on the road. I don't know. But they were both there. It was awesome to see them on TV, even if it was just them standing in a backstage thing, which they have nothing to do with, which was funny. But anyway, Daniel Bryan. I could do this whole video about how good that segment was. Introing AJ. The fans, by the way, they did this twice. It didn't used to be this hard to get 20,000-ish people. I don't know how many people was in the arena tonight. All to get 20,000 people, 18,000 people, whatever, to chant the same thing at the same time. They did it one fall on cue. They messed up the AJ Styles chant. They messed up the New Day chant later on. It's just funny. Daniel Bryan is, tonight, the personal advocate for AJ Styles, and he nailed it. Absolutely nailed it. I mean, by the way, shots fired, okay? Calling Brock a quitter, fantastic. Saying he quit in that half-ass knee bar during that UFC pay-per-view. Of course, it was the fight against Frank Mir that he tapped out, which that he brought that up was just funny. And then AJ finally talking, saying he's not a puppet like Brock, he can talk, and saying that this is going to be an AJ Styles production. There needs to be t-shirts made for Sunday. That's all I got to say. I wonder if that was ad-lib or was that something that was given to him. Knowing AJ and his promo styles the way that I do, I want to say that somebody gave him that line. But then again, AJ is a smart dude. He could have come up with that himself. the title matches were just absolutely fantastic. The intensity, the aggression, the selling was good, which you can't say a lot about in a lot of matches these days, but tonight was just off the charts. Those two matches in particular were just so good. I cannot praise those four enough. Baron beats Sin Cara, just a great match through and through. The intensity was so good, and then it got upped by Charlotte beating Natalya for the women's title. I hate that Charlotte won the title because of how many title reigns Charlotte's already had. So she has 6 now, and she's only been on the main roster for 2.5 years. It's just right at 2, a little over 2 years. It's just a lot. I don't like it, but I understand it. This makes for a better match, Charlotte versus Alexa at the pay-per-view on Sunday. So it just is what it is. Just like AJ and Brock make for a better match, even though I would have rather personally seen Jinder get the rub from Brock than I would him having a match with AJ. It is what it is. The Bludgeon Brothers, next week, they debut. Rumors of their demise have been greatly exaggerated. People talking on Twitter and just on the internet period about how they're probably just going to kill the Angle, or they're dead before they even start. Not so fast, my friends. Next week in Houston on Smackdown, which is funny that they're doing TakeOver, Survivor Series, Raw, and SmackDown all in Houston, all in the same arena. I'm guessing it's all in the same arena, which is just like how they do, how they're going to do the Royal Rumble, how they did it last year, SummerSlam as well. Most of WrestleMania weekend, with the exception of WrestleMania. I mean, the Hall of Fame, TakeOver, Raw, and SmackDown will all be in the same building. Only WrestleMania will be different. I mean, I think it's a good move. It's just like for one of the big four, they're making it more special by having everybody just come in to one town, and they're just running the town for a week, basically. I love it. I absolutely love it. Chad Gable versus Jimmy Uso was a really good match. Really good match. Real good intensity by Jimmy, excuse me. And Jimmy gets the win, and then, which he should. And then the New Day versus Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens never officially ends because of the Raw siege, if you will. And I found it funny, and this is something that not a lot of people will point out, but if you go back and watch, Kevin Owens is working Xavier with that chin lock, and you can see the crowd looking around. And it's not just a section. It's like people over here, people here, people over here, every time they move the camera. But the camera never stays wide. Like, it goes wide a couple of times, but very quickly they move back on, like, right on the action, because they don't want to see everybody looking around. That's good camera work, unlike what they did last night when they did the spot where they went through the ring. They did a close-up shot on it, and with that, history has told us that when something big happens, just like when they broke the ring, a wide shot makes all the difference, because you see the fans erupt off of it. And they probably did. You just didn't see it. I didn't see it because of the camera shot that they had on what was actually happening. It was so funny. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn just powders and they're gone. The Shield, yeah, I don't care. This is not my fight. I'm not Team Blue. It's perfect. And then Kurt Angle coming out, bringing out Braun Strowman. I don't like that they came out through the entranceway. It is what it is. Triple power bomb, Angle slam. We move on to Sunday. I can't wait. I'm very excited. Very, very excited for SummerSlam. I cannot wait to see what goes on. on SummerSlam, and I have a lot of thoughts, and I'll probably do an extended, because it'll probably be, it could be 15 or 20 minutes talking about Survivor Series for this Sunday. I'll have that up probably Thursday or Friday. I'll have my NXT thoughts up tomorrow night after I watch the last NXT, so you can be prepared to experience all that is my thoughts for NXT TakeOver Houston, or NXT TakeOver War Games, whatever you want to call it. But for now, very ecstatic. 2 thumbs up, for real. Tonight was a great show. But for now, that's all I've got. I gotta get out of here. Deuces as always, and Chaos is out.